Welcome to day 1 of ReWired. Before we begin, I want you to take a few moments to settle into the space that you're in and become fully present so that you can hear and listen to what I'm going to tell you. Don't mind my funny lighting here. So in order to do that, what I want you to do is just release all of the air out of your body. And I want you to take a deep breath all the way into your belly. And then slowly let the air out while relaxing your tongue down the back of your throat. And we're going to take a few more breaths where we're going to go in all the way to your belly. And when you let the air out, I want you to let it out slowly, about twice as long as you let the air in, as you take the air in. And have a notice of where your tongue is, relaxing it on the back of your throat. Noticing your jaw as you take the deep breath in and slow breath out, about twice as long as the breath that you took in. And allowing your body to start to relax deep down. Feeling as though you have nowhere to be right now. Calm and present, grounded, with roots that are deep and rooted. Taking that deep breath in, slowly down to your belly, and then breathing out, slow and relaxed, about twice as long as the breath that you took in. And just take a moment to thank yourself for showing up. Showing up to day 1, showing up to a commitment, a devotion, a discipline for a full year. Simple daily practices that are going to support you in connecting deeply. Now, these first couple practices, the first 3 in particular, are meant to challenge the way that you see things. They are going to feel a little weird, especially if you haven't attempted Course in Miracles before. Most people who have tried it have done these first 3. And on some of it, I'm going to take a little bit of liberty, and on some, I'm going to do exactly what Course in Miracles says. In this case, I feel strongly that the first lesson is actually really perfect. The one change that I am going to make to it is that this is a walking meditation, and that's not something that the original Course in Miracles actually mentions. And I'd encourage you to take an intentional moment in time, maybe 5 minutes, 2 times today at some point, somewhat spaced apart, but no more than 2 times, to do this practice. And I want you to just notice and allow, as if clouds passing by, any times where your mind is saying that's silly or stupid or not worthwhile. These practices may get you to scratch your head and be like, what the F? Just go with it. Be with it. It's okay that it feels weird and uncomfortable if it does. It's also okay if it doesn't. Maybe there'll be a part of you that just feels like it's the right thing. And I also want to give permission and acknowledgement to all of us who might have been doing personal work for a long time, who've done all of the yoga and read the self-help books and listened to the podcasts. I know we've done a lot. this is going to be a little bit different. And these daily practices often will seem very simple and will seem very silly. But it's the tiny movements and the commitment each day to show back up to even the little thing that can make the biggest difference. So, the lesson today is for you to recognize that nothing means anything. And what you're going to do is see, as you take a walking meditation, nothing I see in this room or on this street, from this window, in this place, wherever you are, means anything. Now look slowly around you, wherever it is that you may be when you decide to do this practice. And practice applying this idea very specifically to what you see, with no regard for big things, small things, important things, not important things, expensive things, not expensive things. It doesn't matter. Allow your intuition to flow and go to approximately 10 things. This table does not mean anything. This chair does not mean anything. This hand does not mean anything. This foot does not mean anything. This necklace does not mean anything. This ring does not mean anything. Then look a bit farther away from your immediate area, a wider range from where you are, and do the same thing again. That door does not mean anything. That body does not mean anything. That lamp does not mean anything. That sign does not mean anything. That car does not mean anything. That shadow does not mean anything. Notice that these statements are not arranged in order. They don't make allowances for differences of any kind in which they're applied or the order that they're put in. None of that matters. Just follow your intuitive guidance, see what you see, and make the statement. Ideally out loud, although if you need to do it in your head, that's okay too. And don't try to do it for everything you see. It doesn't have to be dogmatic. There are no rules. Allow your intuition to be what guides you. For this lesson and each of the next two, it's important to not feel the need to do too much. Only twice today. Now, when you're listening to this, maybe later today, again, one in the morning, one in the evening, let your own guidance go with it, but you don't even need to attempt to do it for more than a minute to 2 minutes. Take a walk, take a minute to do this, 2 minutes to do it, and then move on with your walk and be present. A sense of leisure, no hurry. That's what's important with lesson 1. Let me know if you have any comments, questions, or experiences you want to share on this first experience, this first lesson.